came into the room and she's like, look at my phone. And then I couldn't see it, so I had to look at mine. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, but I can't bet against Tom Brady. I have the Bucs winning 31-27 and Tom Brady going to his 10th championship.
Aaron Rodgers and his people were like, they listened to our episode and they said, hold our cheesehead or coat.
Donovan Mitchell, who right now looks to be a superstar.
Just amazing. And I don't care what the Red Sox got for trading Mookie Betts and David Price. The Dodgers, in my opinion, win it. I don't have to see what players they gave up.
Yeah, that's not just the Chiefs. That's Andy Reid. He knows the defenses so well because he's such a great offensive mind. That
well, you said you can't bet against Tom Brady, and as a Cowboys fan and what I just did last weekend, I am not gonna bet against Aaron Rodgers.
It was a great series. Game 4 was one of the best games I've ever watched in my entire life.
Just goes to show the offense for the Dallas Stars could not keep up, and when the defense needed to step up, the Lightning's offense just overpowered them.
Chris Paul is one of the most underrated players of all time. He's been the best player wherever he goes, and that includes with the Rockets. Yeah, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, that's all I can really say. There's 2 of the top 5 players in the league, and they are very, very good.
Yeah, and I really think the Clippers' chance to win the championship was last year, and they were up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets.
Hello, I'm Taylor Hearn, and you listen to The Outsiders' Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week for October 3rd. Continuing from last episode, speaking of jerseys, Austin, my Luka jersey came in, and it's probably my favorite jersey now because it looks so awesome. It fits. And then on another sidetrack, I wore my Joey Gallo jersey just because of him playing with the Yankees for the AL wildcard game. It added just an extra bit of sadness when the jersey fit perfectly. Like, it was like right length and everything. And I'm like, I don't remember it being this good. So just like a little bit of extra sadness. And then now I have 5 Mavericks jerseys, 3 of them Lukas. So
maybe we trade Joey Gallo back for Jack Leiter. I'd like that.
No. We'll send you. Who would I send you? Like, if you're gonna try it, I'm not trading you anyone. Like, I would just send you some lower guy in our depth, because his value is farther down than when we traded him to you. So that's
true because he batted 160. Oh.
But his defense is just incredible. But the Luka jersey, I'll have to wear it sometime when the NBA starts because I'm very excited to show it off.
Which one is it?
It's the Legacy one, so it's the white with the gold trim, and then I didn't realize it has the like Dallas skyline in the back, and it's got the off-brand St. Louis. What's that arch called? Because we have
the Dallas arch. I can't remember what it's called though.
I don't know, and that's in gold, and I was like, oh, this looks so cool. And then it has the chime.
Oh.
And I don't think I have that on any of my other jerseys.
I don't really like it, but it's fine.
Well, yeah. The Legacy or the chime?
Chime.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the advertisements on a jersey I buy.
I think it should be Whataburger since we're in Dallas. But, like, I think it would be amazing to have a Whataburger. But Chime paid more money, so it is what it is. So now I think we can talk about the NBA, as it's still a little slow, but it will start to build up once we get closer to October 21st, because we'll have to do our NBA way too early. We'll have to do our NBA predictions. Let's start with Kyrie. Given like the NBA rules on the vaccine, we're not sure will he play? I think he plays. I think KD and him have a good enough relationship to talk to him and say, hey man, you should really start playing, or we need you if we want to go far. Just because you saw how different it was with missing Kyrie, because they can still do well, but they just become such an overpowered team once Kyrie is playing. Do you disagree?
Not necessarily, but I mean, if he doesn't get vaccinated, he can only play in certain road games. He'd be limited to like 20 5 games a season because I know he couldn't play in other games in New York versus the Knicks. He couldn't play at the Warriors. He couldn't play in other teams in California. Uh, a lot of those states have very restrictive COVID rules, and he would not be able to play there, especially with the masked fans that are going to attend. But I don't think he does play this year. I feel like
Interesting.
he's going to make a political statement by not getting vaccinated. He seems like that type of player at this point of his career that he does not care about basketball as much. I would like to see him play, though. I mean, he's a great basketball player, and he would definitely be an impact player for this Nets team that's trying to win its first title.
Interesting. Yeah, because he did take that hiatus. I don't think we ever learned the personal reason last year, so he could. I think he does because I think KD, maybe James Harden, talked to him. But we will see. We'll have to figure it out, and then we'll talk about the preseason. I believe the Bulls won the preseason. Um, Mavericks had a scrimmage, so we're starting to see some key players starting to play for the Raptors. Someone was talking about Scotty Barnes. So we're starting to see him in action, like we saw some players in the summer league, but that's different than the preseason, in my opinion. Do you agree with preseason being different than summer league?
Oh, 100%. Because your veterans are actually playing. Obviously, we saw Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso all on the same court, and it's interesting to see all that stuff. You get to see how your team's really going to morph. You see the game plans, how their team's going to affect the play offensively and defensively. Get a little bit of a sense of how your team's going to be oriented, especially with starting lineups and sort. But it's definitely nothing set in stone. It's definitely a trial period for every team.
And another thing with Kyrie, outside of Kyrie and what's going on with the Nets, we're still waiting for the Sixers to make a move with Ben Simmons. He still hasn't reported. He's losing $8 million, which doesn't matter to him, but I think to someone else, at $8 million would matter a lot. But so that's a storyline, and then just seeing how these new teams gel is something very important. And just to get some stuff, we'll see new coaches like Jason Kidd. But any other thoughts on the NBA before we conclude this episode?
Not really. It's been a really. I wish that Ben Simmons got traded. That'd make this very interesting. Or any other trades. I know Staku got traded from the Nets and to the Pacers, I believe, and they released Edmund Sumner, or they traded him somewhere else, somewhere. But none of the much interesting's happening. Again, I wish Ben Simmons was traded so that we could talk about something interesting, but not much has happened.
Yeah, it should pick up next week, maybe. We're
Hopefully.
getting close, and then it will be a very fun time when we got hockey, baseball, football, and then basketball. So just we appreciate you staying in as we go through this light period of the NBA offseason. So thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.